Okay, everyone, we are back with Doctor Who Revisited. It's been 4 months since the last one we did. It was Curse the Black Spot, and there is a bit of a catch this time. We planned on doing this a long time ago, so it's been so long since we've watched this episode. How long ago was it, roughly, do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know, but anyway, we're not watching it again because we took notes on it. We're just going to try our best. It's the end of time. Parts 1 and 2. We'll see. Our memory's not going to be very good because it's been such a long time, but we're going to try. Alright, so, what do you think about the end of time?
It's very long. It has its good parts. But overall, I did not like it.
It's probably too long, because both episodes are really long, but that again, could just be, like, I'm sure at the time no one was thinking it was too long, it was David Tennant's last story, Anyway, I'm going to have to be very reliant on these notes here, because I don't remember a lot, so let's just run through what we've got written down here. First thing I have is David Tennant. As usual, he's great. And then Wilfred Mott in this is absolutely amazing. He's probably the best part of this.
I guess he's fine as usual. I like him.
I think he's great.
Funny.
Again, I'm just going down the list here. But I think one of my main problems with this is the Master. And the way that he's resurrected and has all these, like, superpowers and is eating people.
Yeah, that's what I have written down.
It just felt really weird. They never really explain how he's able to be resurrected from the dead. Like, it's a really weird thing to get into that, like, crazy mystical stuff like that. And
yeah, I did not like that.
But John Sim and David Tennant together on screen, they are really good together. Timothy Dalton, Rassilon.
Yeah, he was good.
I thought that was good. And I thought, kind of, on Rassilon, the cliffhanger to part 1. It's a really good cliffhanger, the whole reveal of the Time Lords and all that. But I do remember watching this for the first time, being really confused about the whole Time Lord thing and how, like, the Doctor was so worried about his own people, coming back, when for the whole show up until this point, he's been upset about the Time War and the fact that he's the only, one of his kind.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of it that way. It is weird.
But it does make sense because, Time Lords are a very complicated group of people. There was this sequence in part 2, I think it was towards the beginning of part 2, that's like so clearly a Star Wars. It's like the whole sequence, like the Millennium Falcon stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Very obviously a Star Wars inspiration, you can say. I think the reveal of the whole, the knock 4 times prophecy and how that completely subverts your expectations, that's, again, one of the best parts of this. Just that moment, and you see the look on his face, he's like, I'm alive, and then you just see his face just drain as he hears him knocking on the door there. That was really well done, that whole thing. And the regeneration, the whole thing, because there's a lot of time at the end of this thing dedicated to the whole send-off and regeneration of David Tennant.
Yeah.
And people don't like the whole, like, he goes on this farewell tour and, goes around to all the people.
I love that.
I think I really like it. I really like it. It just works for me, and it just fit, like, I don't know if that would work for all incarnations of the Doctor, but because this was such a huge era of the show, and there were so many characters, and it just felt like because of how human the 10th Doctor was, it felt right. It all felt right.
And I see the farewell tour, as less of like a goodbye to the 10th Doctor from the fans, but a goodbye to all the characters that number 10 has met along the way.
Yeah.
We got a very satisfying conclusion to Mickey and Martha, Sarah Jane, Jack, even like Joan and Alonso. Like, I don't think anyone was like so devastated about those characters, but it's great to just see how it turned out.
That sequence is the end of an era. That era is still, you could argue, the golden age of Doctor Who, really. I mean, there was the Tom Baker years, but certainly for New Who, that was. So it kind of just, it felt right. People don't like the I don't want to go line, too. I've seen people that aren't good with that. Again, it would not work for a lot, like Peter Capaldi, that would not work. That would not work for him. But for the 10th Doctor, because of how human he was, and because of, all the stuff I said before, I like it. Like I already said, I really liked Wilfred in this. And him and David Tennant together are so good. Like there's the scene on that ship where he tries to hand him a gun and he just will not accept it. That was absolutely amazing. I wish Wilfred had more episodes with the 10th Doctor.
Oh, and you led me to a big point. This scene where the 10th Doctor, he's talking to himself like, telling Wilf that he's not important, that the Doctor could have done so much, and Wilf's begging for the Doctor to just leave him to die. And the Doctor is just deliberately making Wilf feel bad, and it gets me so mad.
Yeah, so that scene when he kind of loses it at the end, you can take it a couple different ways. It is a little jarring to see him just kind of flip out, and it seems like he's kind of freaking out on Wilf. But I don't think that's really what it was. It was just because it was just this moment of like he thought he wasn't gonna have to regenerate because he was so attached to this version of him, because this was like, after the Time War, that was such a devastating, super long period of his life. He met all these other people in this period, and he felt comfortable, and he felt like, coming off of all the trauma that happened there, this was like a really good time for him in his life, and he really didn't want to regenerate, and he had that moment of like, whoa, I made it, I'm not gonna have to do this. And then it was just the it was really jarring for him to realize all that like that. So but I do agree that it's a little much for the Doctor to be that, where like I can do so much more. Well, I do think David Tennant's great in that scene, and I do think it's I see what they were going for, but I also see what you're saying there. All right, overall, I think this is good. I don't think it's great though. I definitely would not say it's the best regeneration story of the revival. I would definitely put it in terms of regenerations below Twice Upon a Time and Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways.
Agreed.
But I still think it's pretty good. It's the goodbye part of the episode that I like the most. Not just the final segment, but it's kind of lingering throughout the entire story. All right, it's been a long time since we've done this. We have to give it a rating and put it in a ranking.
You go first.
I always regret my decision afterward. But right now, I think I'm going to go with the 6.5. But again, it's tough to tell because it's been so long since I've watched it.
And then where are you going to put it?
My initial instinct is going to be 6th place, below Sleep No More, above The Curse of the Black Spot. I think that's where I'm going to put it. And this is me not checking back on what I rated all these episodes, just an instinct kind of decision since it's been so long since I've watched it. Below Sleep No More. I really like Sleep No More. Super underrated. All right, Corinne, what about you?
Oh, I don't know. I think if I could, I would change everything about this episode. So I'll probably give it like a 3.8.
That's so low.
It is really low.
Wow.
And then I'll probably put it in last place.
You're putting it below Rebel Flesh, Almost People, Sign of the Daleks, and Knock Knock.
Yeah, I don't really like any of those ones that much, but I would, if I had to rewatch any of those or this episode, I'd rewatch all of those.
Wow. All right. If this video is out after our review of Revolution of the Daleks, I hope it was good. If not, we'll see you for that, which for us is in like 3 days, something like that. So very excited for that. All right. So let's go ahead and draw the next episode. It has been a long time since Gerald has made an appearance here, so it's exciting to see him back. Okay, we're ready to draw the next episode. Gerald has made his return finally. All right, here we go. No way! That is amazing. Are you ready, Kernan?
I'm ready. Wow.
That is very exciting.
Pick.
This is
Good
one of
pick.
my all-time favorites. All right, there you have it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hopefully Revolution of the Daleks is good. Bye.
Goodbye.